People who gave your partner a second chance after they cheated. Why did you forgive them? I had gotten a new job and had considerably more disposable income. While her and I did more elaborate and expensive things together, I also would often stay out later with friends and coworkers after work. I was spending more time hanging out with friends online, playing video games and laughing with those same people because I had all the new consoles and a good computer. I bought things without asking, so she never knew what to try and surprise me with, since any time I wanted something I could just get it. I also bought her things this way. I would hear her express interest in something, so I'd order it within a week. Whenever we went out, I always paid because I liked treating her, and that's the way I was brought up. We would still spend time together often at home, had great intimacy, slept at night together, ate nice meals, etc., but she was feeling like an accessory to my life instead of being a partner in a shared experience. Which was pretty true. Instead of being a partner who I confided in, supported, and shared myself with, I was using things to bring her happiness instead of actions. She felt like she was like a Sims character, where purchases were provided on demand just to keep happiness level up to a certain point. We used to spend every night talking for an hour about our day, bringing up, reassuring, and overcoming stresses and concerns, and discussing our path towards the future we saw for ourselves. She would make special lunches for me, I would do laundry for her, she would rub my shoulders, I would rub her feet, she'd sometimes pay for dinner, I'd sometimes try new recipes for dinner. But we stopped sharing as much at night, not entirely of course, but instead of laying together for an hour or so just meandering through meaningful conversation, it would be closer to a half hour of more targeted questions to each other to get out that information. I bought lunches for myself now, because I could. Instead of being intimate with giving each other massages, we went to professionals. I always paid for meals, and instead of me cooking new things, we'd order in or go out and try new things. Eventually she just felt like she didn't have the same person with her. I was like a fluffed up version of myself, with a shell around me that kept her at a slight distance. So she started seeking that connection elsewhere. It was with her coworker. As it often does, it started with them just talking at work more, and then grabbing a drink, then texting more, then hanging out, and eventually intimacy. I found out and I blew a gasket, naturally. Talked about how I would get her this, she would get to go here, and I paid for this, we ate like royalty, etc. I took a few days off of work, and after about 4 days of nearly non-stop talking, fighting, breaking to eat, sleep, and sometimes have intimacy, everything was finally out on the table. I saw and understood everything I explained to you all and why it was not something either of us wanted. I apologized, and made a real commitment to be more like the man she loved instead of the man I thought she wanted to love. I scaled back my responsibilities at work to make a little less money, I sold a few of my new possessions, and just kept a better schedule. On her side, she accepted her cheating as an awful thing to do. She also apologized, and made a commitment to being more vocal about what she wanted from the relationship and how she could help herself from being deprived of it. Yes, it hurt for a while, but she was hurting for probably longer, if a little less sudden and severe. We stayed together for another 14 months after that, and it was truly a great relationship. The reason we separated for good was because she got an opportunity to teach in a place where they desperately needed it and improve the lives of thousands of children. It was based on the East Coast, with her flying to various places for months at a time, and I didn't want to go to the East Coast and be without her for months at a time. She told me she would stay, but I knew her well enough to know that even before I met her, that this was something she'd wanted for about 15 years before meeting me. I told her to go.